It is Friday, December the 18th. More importantly, it's the Friday before Christmas, and I want to thank you for taking a little time out of it and spending it with me this evening. What about the Tigers? I mean, I would imagine that on one hand, the school and the students and the staff would want to say, yeah, we would like to have had a state championship before the 100th year of the program, but to do it on the 100th year of the program amidst the pandemic, well, that has to mean a lot more. So I've got highlights, interviews, stats, and more for you in just a few moments, which will be right around the same time they're celebrating on the field of the Paintsville High School. I've got your local and state COVID update as well, coverage of last night's Big Sandy Regional Detention Center Jail Authority Board, where there was more discussion between board members and judge executives about the proposed or the motion that was made recently, which failed, to double the housing rates for county inmates from $25 to $50 a day. We'll cover that briefly and some other news and information. I'll have your state COVID update in just a few moments. Before the governor's office released today's data, earlier today the governor signed an executive order that recommends that all schools in Kentucky, kindergarten through 12th grade, hold off and postpone in-person curriculum until at least January the 11th due to the ongoing pandemic and current numbers that we are seeing. There are ways that schools can go into in-person class before the 11th, but there's certain criteria and thresholds that have to be met, certain things they would have to do. The order states that all schools have to comply with the safety expectations that, of course, have been put in place by the state. Classes before today's executive order were to possibly resume on January the 4th. Now to resume no earlier than the 11th, except for those who wish to meet those criteria and go in before then. We suspect many will not. Most all of the states still in the red or critical zone. Will have today's incident rate map for you in just a few moments. I will be talking with our school superintendent, Scott Helton, more than likely next week, possibly or soon thereafter Christmas, in regards to the number of staff who are opting in for the vaccine, and as well as when schools are being told that they may actually get in on the next round or that round of vaccines that will pertain to them. More information on the local vaccine front. The first round of the vaccine coming to Magoffin County, that date, a tentative time for next week, has been given to our local public health director and the health department. I'll have that in just a few moments. The Big Sandy Regional Detention Center. It's like everything else. It's been decimated. It's funding by the pandemic. No state inmates, the primary reason. They're not going back and forth between facilities, and likewise, the ones that were there are there, and no more are coming in. And that's a significant hit to the income for the housing that's brought in by or for the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center. They have about $300,000 in the bank. They have estimated that at current revenues, they will not be able to sustain operations after the next few months, to the point that a motion was made in a recent meeting, not last night's, but one that took place last month, as was referred to by Judge Executive Matt Wireman of Magoffin County in the Magoffin County Fiscal Court earlier this week. He referred to it, and I included that in the report. But a motion was made to double the housing costs for counties from the current $25 a day to $50 a day. That motion did fail after a vote was taken, but there was to be more discussion about that proposal last night, during which the meeting was held virtually, as you are about to see, but during also which the meeting was accompanied by or attended by virtually by judge executives. Of course, each county has representatives that are appointed by the judges themselves, but all judge executives were asked to be a part of the meeting last night to try to gather more information about a proposed or a possible increase that they too say that they can't afford, as they are as well being significantly impacted by the pandemic. Primarily, you had Jail Board Authority member Zach Brenham, who was presenting data in support of increasing, with Judge Executive Matt Wireman speaking of how it was something that counties like Magoffin simply could not do to that extent at this time.
Right now, for the judges, we've got around $300,000 in the till.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to bill for the remaining 5 months an average of $150,000 a month. With what we have in the till, that's going to leave us with $1,050,000 is what we're going to bring. That's how much revenue, right? So we put out an average of $200,000 a month in billing. And since this month's not over, we still currently have about 6 months worth of billing to do. And then we also, 1st of July, we have a 200, and Pam, you'll have to give me this number, but I think it's right around $250,000 insurance premiums.
275 at the least.
275 at the least, which is going to put us somewhere around $1,475,000 of bills, expenditures that has to come out versus the $1,050,000. So, I mean, we're looking at negatively come July. Well, I mean, even in June, we'll have trouble making payroll, Mr. Wyman. It's a revenue issue. We don't have enough money coming in.
I get that, and I understand that more than you know. But here is the issue. I don't know what I don't know, okay? And I want to see it, I want to understand it, and then we can work from there. As far as just saying, and I'm not saying anybody there is trying to mislead or do anything like that, okay? What we're trying to do is get it to where I understand it and where we can make sure that we feel comfortable with whatever the rate is that needs to be set to get it through the fiscal year, okay? Now, I understand recurring expenses, and actually, because I would assume that the jail is just like a school district, they don't make anything. They're in a people business, okay? It takes people. The primary expense, the major expense is going to be salaries and fringe, okay? The operational cost is going to be very similar regardless of how many people are in and out of there. The building, the water, the power, all that, that's your operation cost. That's going to be a small minority portion of your budget. We are in the people business. We got people watching people. It's just like teachers and support staff teaching kids. Same kind of deal. But what we got to do is make sure that the information is sent out to us, because we're the ones, again, writing the checks. And if we can't write you the check, as it's been said already, if you set the rate at 30, 31, or 50, if we can't send you the money, we can't send you the money. And we're going to look at alternative ways to save money on our portion of the jail bill. And if it's home incarceration or whatever, we're going to try to do that. Because I've only got a finite amount of money. I can't send you what I don't have.
It's blood from a turnip.
Exactly. And we beat this to death. This has been going on now for nearly 2 hours. And we can go in circles all night long and not accomplish a thing. Let's move forward. Let's get the information out there. Let's let everybody take a look at it, digest it, ask the questions to make us feel comfortable with moving forward.
In the end, after some more discussion, the Jail Authority Board agreed to send any and all financials that were available to Judge Wireman and to other judge executives, and those judge executives agreed to take just the next few days and by early January get back with the Big Sandy Jail Board, and from there on try to meet and come up with some sort of resolution or plan that would mutually benefit the finances of both county governments and the Big Sandy Jail. I'll keep you up to date. I'll be right back with more headlines after this. Drive safe and save this winter at Conley Tire in Staffordsville, or just go to conleytire.net to see the latest specials on thousands of all-season snow and off-road tires in stock every day. And don't forget, tires, wheels, and lift kits make great Christmas gifts too, and you can take 6 months to pay with no interest at Conley Tire, 297-2424.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and as always, Appalachian Wireless has the most unbelievable sale. Appalachian Wireless has made shopping for the holidays safe and more accommodating to meet the needs of our customers. The one-day sale of years past is now a rest of the year sale. Simply visit one of our 27 retail locations and get what you need through the end of the year, or reserve online to make an appointment for the phone you want, and we'll call you when it's ready. Happy holidays. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
There is never a good time for a breakdown. They will happen, and your car at some point is going to need some repairs and maintenance. And Black Smoke Performance is open and here with professional, fast, safe service. And they now have certified full air conditioning, diagnostics, and repair to keep you cool in whatever you drive. Black Smoke Performance, 349-8785.
Hello, Bob Hutcherson here for Hutch Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Have you been turned down or had a dealership make you feel unwelcome? Well, come on into Hutch. We guarantee you'll be approved, and we can't wait to put you into the truck or car of your choice. Right now, you can get employee pricing on select Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram trucks. And remember, at Hutch, you're guaranteed to be approved.
Nearly everything today is about being safe and well, and Parkway Pharmacy has 2 great ways to get your prescriptions quickly, safely, and conveniently. Simply pull up curbside and call and let them know you're there, or circle around the building and drive through. And just in, a fresh inventory of Atalo, premium CBD oil and cream products for managing pain, anxiety, depression, rest, digestion, and more. All at Parkway Pharmacy in Salyersville. Well, not a whole lot happening. That's good news with tonight's local COVID-19 numbers for Magoffin County. This is what I have. We have not had numbers like these for a week's worth of counting in Magoffin County since the pandemic, well, earlier days of the pandemic. Not the earliest, but early weeks of the pandemic. As you've been with me, I hope each and every night, we've been closely following the total for the week. My counting starts on Saturday and runs through the following Friday, that being the end of the week, which would be today. The first of this week began on last Saturday, in which Magoffin County had 9 cases. That was the highest number of cases for one single day for this week, when we had been seeing 20 and more cases a day through much of the week for several weeks. So with 9 cases on Saturday, 3 Sunday, 4 Monday, 2 today, 0 Wednesday, the first 0 we've had in Magoffin County since October the 19th, and 4 yesterday. We will wrap up this week with 1 more today. That gives us an average of 3.28 per day, down from a peak of 12.4 or 5, I believe it was, per day that we had just not so many weeks ago. 1 new case of the coronavirus today. Now this, of course, does come at the same time or during the same week that we did confirm another coronavirus-related death here in Magoffin County, which brings our official death total to 7, but still believed to be much higher than that, just not confirmed. But 1 case today, and that will, of course, put us at 23 cases for the week. That is certainly an improvement. Over in Floyd County, 23 cases to report as of yesterday, a total of 1,634. In Johnson County, 15 new cases to report yesterday, a total of 1,149. They still have 8 currently hospitalized in Johnson County. I think we still have 5 currently hospitalized in Magoffin County, and none of those at this time on a ventilator, from what I understand per my last report. More COVID-related news in just a few moments. Right now, let's go ahead and kick it on over to tonight's community calendar, where I've been asked to say a very happy birthday to Tina. Tina, your mom called and said, please wish her the most special and happiest of birthdays. Here it is. Happy birthday, Tina Kilgore. Happy birthday to you from your mom and a long list of family and friends who love you lots. Happy, happy, happy birthday today to Tina Kilgore. One reminder on our community calendar as we go on, it comes from our friends at the Emmanuel Baptist Church. They're having an outdoor Christmas program that they want everyone to know about, where they're going to be having caroling and cookies and cocoa. That is going to be this Sunday at 4, where you're asked to come and join them for an old-fashioned outdoor program of singing some very familiar Christmas carols. And so they will share what Christmas means to us, and they also hope to have, or will have, some cookies and cocoa. So bundle up, bring a chair, come and enjoy the fun. That is this Friday at 4 o'clock at the Emmanuel Baptist Church on Pleasant Hill. And when you've got calendar announcements for your church, your group, club, or organization, whatever it is, send them to me. I'll tell everyone about them. Birthdays and anniversaries, too. And if you want birthdays, anniversaries, and birth announcements published in the Salyersville Independent, well, they're free there, too. But you send those to my office manager, Joe, J-O, at SalyersvilleIndependent.com. A quick reminder of services to be held tomorrow for 67-year-old Philip Jervin Buddy Blanton of Grape Creek, who passed away on Tuesday, survived by his wife, Susan Michelle Reed, daughters Cindy McCarty, Marissa Yates, and Taza Patrick, as well as 3 sisters, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Services held at noon tomorrow at the White Oak Apostolic Church at White Oak. Also, a reminder of services to be held for 54-year-old Sherry Helton, who passed away this week, survived by her husband David, sons Shane and Christopher Shannon, and Sedley Tracer Helton, as well as daughter Sharonica Thomas. Services to be held tomorrow at 1 from the Magoffin County Funeral Home. 74-year-old David Lee Charles of Pikeville passed away yesterday, the son of the late Rel and Carrie Thompson Charles. He's survived by his wife, Kay Soward Charles, sons Eric Scott and Derek Scott, and daughter Kayla Burke, stepdaughters Valerie Billiter and Melissa Burchell, as well as brothers Gene Charles and Steve Charles, and 8 grandkids. Funeral services for Mr. David Lee Charles are going to be held this Sunday at 2 from the Community Funeral Home in Zebulon. Friends can call on the funeral home Saturday after 6 o'clock and until 9. Locally, arrangements under the care of the Magoffin County Funeral Home. 57-year-old Larry Crace of Sayersville, I'm told, passed away earlier today. Arrangements incomplete at this time, but to be announced by the Magoffin County Funeral Home. I'm also told by the Magoffin County Funeral Home that 78-year-old Margie Watson of Sayersville passed away yesterday, the wife of Furl Watson, and arrangements are still being made in her honor at this time. Same 6 decades of experience, same undivided dedication and focus on winning your case. New location. The law offices of McFarland and Tinker are now located on Route 114 in the former Magoffin Farm Bureau location. Motor vehicle accidents, Social Security disability, SSI claims, wrongful death and workers' compensation and work injury cases. Call 349-9000. McFarland and Tinker. Know that life cannot come to a complete standstill because of the pandemic, but we can make sure that you can continue to bank safely and securely by calling either branch of the Sayersville National Bank to schedule any in-lobby services, or by using either of our drive-thrus. Mondays through Fridays, the main drive-thru is open from 8 until 3, and the branch drive-thru is open from 8 until 5, and the branch drive-thru is also open on weekends, Saturdays 8 until noon, with ATMs available 24/7 at both locations. Or by taking advantage of our completely free 24-hour internet banking and bill pay, banking by phone, remote deposit, automatic payment services, and more. Sayersville National Bank, always making your banking easier and safer.
Hello, this is Bob Hutchison. Sometimes bad things happen to good people who saw a pandemic coming and our economy being shut down. How can you restore your credit and turn things around without a dependable car or truck? You can't. That's why I'm here to give you a guarantee. At Hutch Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we will get you approved. Call 606-257-9181 for guaranteed credit approval today.
Go with All Pro and you'll always get a perfectly finished project backed by decades of experience and thousands of satisfied customers. Always with the best prices on everything from small to large remodels, bathrooms to kitchens to entire homes, or turnkey new construction on everything from garages, homes to retail space. And seamless gutters too. And All Pro still offers 0% financing for up to 18 months and long-term low interest rates on those big projects. For an estimate, call this family-owned business today. Data released from the governor's office today continues to show at least a leveling or somewhat of a plateau in daily cases, but still a great number of cases to be reported. 3,179 new cases of COVID-19 reported today in Kentucky. The death toll increased by 28 today. Of those 28, the youngest in their 50s, also many in their 60s, and then, of course, 70s, 80s, and a few in their 90s as well. While we now have a total case number of 237,190 in Kentucky, the number of those hospitalized just a few less than yesterday at 1,712. The positivity rate today up 0.02% from 8.57 yesterday to 8.59 today. 227 of the 410 in hospitals, or in ICUs rather, are said to be on ventilators at this time. As we take a look at today's incident rate map for Kentucky just released, I want to go back to some local data that I have before I get to some information about the vaccine update that we have for McGoffin County per our McGoffin County Health Department. Looking in at Kentucky a little closer into the viewing area, a week's worth of low numbers that saw only a total of 23 cases in McGoffin County this week is starting to finally register on the state incident rate map. That's the lowest it's been in weeks. We topped out at more than 150, stayed into the hundreds for weeks, 90s, 80s, 70s, back and forth, 70s, 80s, but now 49.3, which is certainly an improvement. Still well over that 25 that it takes to just be to cross that threshold into critical, but definitely an improvement. Johnson County at 32.2, Floyd County at 61, Pike 57.3. You see the other counties. Menifee still very, very low, as they have continued to be for quite some time. They're doing very, very well. I wanted to add which I'd forgot to earlier in speaking with our public health director, Mayor Pete Shepard, earlier today. He had spent some of the afternoon on a conference call with state health officials about the vaccine. It appears as though McGoffin County stands to get its first 200 doses for those Tier 1 individuals that we've gone through early next week, sometime between Monday and Wednesday. When I see you back here next week, we'll know more and have a finite schedule as to who it will be given to and when. But Shepard confirming earlier this afternoon, just a few moments ago over the telephone, that McGoffin County will get its first 200 doses for the health department. That, of course, does not include the medical facilities that will be getting their own that Mayor Shepard spoke of earlier this week, like ARH Medical Center, which will be giving it to Dr. Scott Arnott's office and his staff. But the 200 doses that will initially be coming to McGoffin County should be arriving sometime early next week. Now it's on to sports, where indeed our highlight tonight will center completely around the Paintsville Tigers and Tiger football. Today was their fourth appearance in the state championship game in the history of the program. They were there last year and went down hard to Pikeville 43-0. But the me, not we attitude, and this being the 100th year of Tiger football, and a whole lot of other factors with a lot of hard work and dedication, all culminated today to their first ever state championship for the program. In the first half, 2 touchdowns on their first 2 possessions by Phelps and Hayden. There was a field goal that ended the first half, and they were in the lead 17-0 in the middle of the game. And when they came out for the second half, they kept their mindset, and it never let up against Kentucky Country Day. We'll start from there early on in the second half. There's Karsten Poe to Harris Phelps, 53 yards. And after that, on a 2nd and 5 play, Jake Hayden and Paintsville with a 3-play scoring drive, and in a flash, it's 23-0. The kick good for the extra point from Combs, and it's 24-zip. Now, 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's 1st and goal from the 4 for Kentucky Country Day. The first time Kentucky Country Day has had a chance inside the 10-yard line. They get it down to the 2, and then they get their first touchdown. Not just in the game, but in their first ever state championship. It's 24-7, showing a little hope for KCD. And Kentucky Country Day started the fourth quarter off at 4th and 5 on the Paintsville 48, but it was a miss, and the Tigers and Phelps hammered through on that series, 2 first downs, down to a 2nd and 11 when it's Luke Hayden who puts the Tigers on the 5. And after that, it's to Hayden again with the spin through and to the end zone. And maybe it's time to start to think about celebrating with the Tigers up 31-7 with 5:12 left to go in the game. And if it wasn't time to start to celebrate, well, it would be after this. Look at this. First turnover of the game. Devin Hall sweeps up the forced fumble by Mason Lovely, and he stamps the win for the first ever for the Paintsville Tigers. Final score, Kentucky Country Day 7, Paintsville Tigers 37. And the Paintsville Tigers are state champions. And at any time in a program's history, to be able to declare yourself as such is a phenomenal feat. To do it during a pandemic is something else.
Yeah, it obviously is a great feeling. You know, everyone in the state battled through this, and the country battled through COVID, and you know, we're just fortunate enough to get to play a game that we love and be a part of, and you know, just. The kids were resilient, all the kids in the state of Kentucky, you know, that didn't know whether you're going to play this week or that week. It just, you know, but our guys, they stayed strong and kept fighting and kept digging every week that we would come out. Man, I just, first and foremost, got to thank God for what he's done for us. Put us in this position, and I give him the glory. It just, 100 years of Paintsville trying to win a state title, and I take zero credit in this. My staff, the players, they all deserve every bit of the credit, not me. I don't do, you know, I'm just the guy that got to be the head coach. So all the questions go to these guys.
Just like Coach said, we wouldn't be here without God, and we were just blessed to be in this position. To come out and win. We knew they were going to be a good team, and we had to play well, and that's what we did today.
You, because I mean, you come in as a four-year starter, get hurt right before playoffs, you're not doing it, you know, you're not starting anymore at quarterback. Just talk about how important this was for you to come out here and play, and then afterwards, Coach, just talk about the fight that they showed with Jake and the resilience.
None of that had to do with me. God healed me. I couldn't be. I'm just so thankful that he gave me another chance to step back on a football field. I'm just so thankful once again to be a part of this team, because when I went down and things started going, like kind of what people would say is falling apart, we had dudes step up and play the best football they've ever played. That's has nothing to do with me. That's my team, my line, all the skill players. That's them fighting. That has nothing to do with me. That's all them. And I'm just thankful for them and thankful that God healed me.
You know, a lot of people don't realize, you know, several weeks back we lost our left tackle, Parker Priest, to a bad knee injury. And we had guys say, Coach, I'll play whatever. And Mason Lovely, who was playing running back and linebacker, stepped up and said, I'll play line. And he's done a phenomenal job. Took that bull by the horns. And a lot of guys, like Jay just said, stepped up, did what they had to do to help the team win. We talk about we, not me all the time, and, you know, put the team first and put them ahead of you and your aspirations. And that's just a locker room full of those guys that believe in each other and care about each other.
A truly historic 100 years in the making. Season and day for the Paintsville Tigers. A sincere congratulations to Coach Joe Shurko, all of the Tigers, the Tiger family, Paintsville High School, Paintsville Schools, and everyone who has cheered this team along the way. A lot of pride for Paintsville today. You know, a lot of pride as well for the region. We have a small Eastern Kentucky school state champion in 1A football. We've also got, you know, Magoffin Countyans with that team as well. We've got at least two that still live in Magoffin County, including Mason Lovely, who's wrapping up his senior year this year in Paintsville in grand fashion with his team. A team that, as Mason's father, local Sagersville attorney Jeff Lovely, knows, as does all the other family, parents, coaches, and staff, a team that has made a lot of sacrifices to get here. A hard-fought task and battle to get there under normal circumstances. But to do it like this, what's it meant to these guys?
Well, they put in the work. I mean, they stayed away from a lot of their buddies that are on the football team. They've isolated themselves, stayed away from a lot of family, and to avoid getting sickness. Because one player got it, one family member got it, it shut down a whole team. So they really worked hard at staying a group away from places and things that would expose them to the COVID.
So they've made more sacrifices than what you're saying than normal, certainly.
Yes.
What anything else you want to add about the game? Anything you want to throw in for the next 30 seconds while I got you?
I'm proud. I'm proud of the Tigers. I'm proud of Mason for his 4 years. This being his final game, you can't end it in a better place than Kroger Field, winning the championship. He played every snap of the game. He never came off the field. He played from the first snap to the end without a rest. So I'm very proud of him.
Harris Phelps, no surprise, was your MVP today. I think 221 yards, 223 yards, and a touchdown. Jake Hyden had 3 touchdowns. Mason Lovely, as we just spoke about, 10 tackles today. Austin Allen, seen there from Magoffin County as well with Mason, 10 tackles for today. Devin Hall had 7. Offensively, defensively, it was a nearly perfect game, flawless, and absolutely executed to the nth degree. Congratulations to the Paintsville Tigers. They also, of course, as you can imagine, were set to have a parade, picking them up at the Johnson-Magoffin County line on 460, estimated to be 6 o'clock. I haven't checked in the last few moments. They were going straight to the Paintsville football field where they were going to be celebrating as safely as possible, but celebrating nonetheless their first ever football state championship. And again, another sincere congratulations to them all, and Coach Joe as well. We're going to wrap it up real quickly. I am with your Licking Valley RACC forecast, which takes us a little closer to Christmas. We will wrap up this Friday with 25 chilly ones out there tonight, mostly cloudy skies and nothing more than a calm wind. But temperatures improve for your Saturday. Still clouds, mostly cloudy. Very little sun to be seen tomorrow, maybe just peeking through from time to time, but 47 degrees and a calm wind becoming south, maybe 3 or 5 miles per hour. It will stay dry for your Saturday for the most part, but during the overnight, late tomorrow night, rain showers are likely, and then, of course, mixing and changing to possibly a little bit of snow tomorrow night with a low of around 35. Finishing up your Saturday, and that'll start off your Sunday morning with still a chance of some snow showers, maybe some sprinkles to the tune of 40% early Sunday and through maybe late morning. Sunday still in the mid-40s, right around 46 degrees. Shower chances are gone for Wednesday. Another little break in the action, break in the clouds. We'll see some sun starting off next week. Monday, 47 and mostly sunny. But late that night, well, actually around 9, 10 or so, about a 20% chance of showers. And that's a very small window that might not even materialize Monday. So we could see a completely dry Monday night. And then a dry Tuesday, mid-40s, 46, sunny, mostly clear, lows down below the freezing mark at around 29. The eve of Christmas Eve, we should top out, and that will be the high of the forecast, at 56, mostly sunny degrees, but then showers roll back into the forecast. Wednesday evening with a low of 33. Christmas Eve right now, 40, partly sunny, a 40% chance of showers. Christmas Day right around that with a little sun and still a little chance of showers and snow. And that's it for tonight. I hope your weekend, the last one before Christmas, is everything you want it to be. Relaxing, festive, cozy, whatever. And I hope to see you back here Monday for, of course, our last few days of news before Christmas. Thank you for watching. Good night and good weekend.